Hi, welcome in second Q&A on Microsoft 365 at Work blog. We reached to the 1500 subscribers, and as I promised, I will answer all your questions that you did share with me on the YouTube channel comments and via other social media or email. So let's start and try to answer all the questions you did share with me. The first questions I received was from John, how to get the job at Microsoft. So this is a very complex question, yeah? Or maybe the answer for it will be quite complex because Microsoft is a huge organization. So there will be no one simple answer how to get the job there, but I can share with you a few recommendations that will help you to navigate through that path, and I will also share my experience with the area, how this could be achieved. So first of all, I will start from my experience. I was not looking for a job at Microsoft. The only thing I did, I was searching for a job at Microsoft 365 area through LinkedIn portal. And my first recommendation will be use LinkedIn, tune up your profile, add additional skills, describe your historical experience, projects you work on, ask people for the recommendations, because this will be also something that will help you to be visible in the portal as a Microsoft 365 specialist. Moreover, one pro tip I heard once from LinkedIn, if you will get the questions from the or requests from the recruitment teams, always answer them. So LinkedIn will recommend you more often as a possible candidate for a job if you will send the responses to the other recruitment teams that will send you the proposals. Of course, you don't have to take them. You can always thank you for the proposal and reject it, but still be responsive in this area. This will help you a lot to get more responses, and exactly this is the way how I get the proposal to for the job I'm working right now at Microsoft. I just got the question from recruitment team that recruit me to the process for the targeting manager at Microsoft. One thing you need to also know about, there are a few ways how you can be hired at Microsoft. So you can be full-time employee, and this is standard employment process you get through, probably with the local office of the Microsoft in your country, but there is also possibility to be hired through vendor and be outsourced to Microsoft. This is exactly the way how I joined the Microsoft. The limitation about it, it could be time limited contract, and there will be some differences between benefits, but this could be very, I would say, opening way to join the Microsoft, to be outsourced to the Microsoft through the vendor, to work in the Microsoft team, and then after some time you can switch or apply to other position at Microsoft and become full-time employee. So this is something that you can take as a consideration, how to approach a possibility to join the Microsoft, but there's no one place when you can find the opportunities to do that through vendors. So you need to get that kind of proposal from them. But moreover, there is portal careersmicrosoft.com, which I will show you right now on the screen, where you can find for the available positions in Microsoft. You can search through multiple sources. So from perspective of the available positions, you can search for the people that are already professionals or students or graduates. So if you don't have much experience, this is the place you can start from. But one thing which is very important, if you will look or search or try to apply for Microsoft, check what is the possibility to work from home, because not every position at Microsoft allows you to work fully remotely. In my case, I'm working for the US team fully remotely, and this is super flexible for me. But not every position allows that kind of work. So check that first. And second, use this filter to check positions available for your physical location. So in my case, if I'm located in Poland, I have to search for the positions that are present in here, and you can filter them or sort them by popularity or the time that were published. and then you can apply for it. Of course, if you open that kind of position that is offered by Microsoft, you can see what kind of requirements are there. So again, what are the possibility or hybrid work or remote work for that position, if additional travel engagement is required, plus additional requirements that are present in here. And few elements what can help you in the area of succeeding applying for the specific job in Microsoft. There are few elements for sure that will be very helpful for you. So first of all, Microsoft certification in the area of the Microsoft 365 or Azure. If you did not start your certification journey in the area of Microsoft 365 certification, start doing that. You can start with the free exams based on the vouchers you can get. Start to have the certification. This is something that is quite important. I heard that a lot from my colleagues that if they were applying for a job at Microsoft, having certification was something that was quite important. Be aware of Microsoft 365 features, news around. So if you will be invited for the interview in the area of the specific workloads, be aware about the new features like Viva, Microsoft Loop, or any other elements that are rolled out right now, because that are the questions that could came up. Knowledge of additional languages. This is something that could be really huge advantage for you. If you can speak English and other languages like German, French, or any other, this could really help you to find a job at Microsoft, especially in the EMEA region or APAC region. Knowledge of the Spanish language will be also very useful in case of the Americas region. So having that kind of additional skill will be really great advantage for you. But again, there's no one answer about what kind of requirements will be for the specific job at Microsoft. Reason behind it is because there are multiple teams, there are hundreds of managers and hundreds of positions that are available there. Every position will have different requirements, every team will have different requirements, but having this knowledge in your portfolio, having very good soft skills will be also that can help you. And what I could recommend you, if you are really interested in applying for a job at Microsoft, do that a few times. So learn how that kind of interview process could look like, and then gather experience. Probably this could help you to find a job at Microsoft. And one more thing which I almost forget, I mentioned that you can apply for the Microsoft directly through vendors, or one more thing, you can also try to apply for a job at Avanade or Accenture. These are the companies that are very close to Microsoft. Having the job there first could also be very good help to move someday for the position in Microsoft, or also having the job there. So this will be the answer for the question of John. Hopefully this will help you. If you will have any additional questions in this area, paste in the chat. I will also try to answer them there. Okay, so the next question on our list came from Wayne. What motivates you daily to continue sharing your knowledge with the others? This is a really great question. From my perspective, something that motivates me the most is your feedback. So when I was starting writing this blog, office365atwork.com, after I wrote, 7 or 8 articles and published them, I was checking how many people joined the blog, and I become very demotivated because there were, one digit number of people that visiting the blog and reading the articles, and I stopped doing that for 2 or 3 months. And after that period of time, I came back and I saw that one article becomes super popular. So normally I had 1 or 2 visitors of the blog, but one article bring 200 visitors per day, because that was something that people were looking for. And I get a lot of feedback from the readers, comments and emails about really that was something I was looking for. And having this visibility that the work I'm doing is helping others, this is something that really bring me back to working on the blog, and also to bring the YouTube channel at some point. Moreover, from my perspective, historically, Since the first job I was working at some kind of handling the company blog, then the personal blog about SharePoint 10 years ago, and then getting back to the Office 365. So in my nature always was something connected with publishing something in the internet in different format. Right now I have enough time to do that, so that is the reason why I'm doing that in this format. We will see what futures will bring, but at the moment this is the format I will do, and I really appreciate any kind of feedback you can share. If you will do that publicly via YouTube, if you will send me the comment or private message somewhere, or email with your feedback, this is something that really brings energy in me to do more. And moreover, I imagine that this is uniquely true for most of people that create something in the internet. So if you have any other blog, any other YouTube channel that you have the value, you get the value from it, for sure it will help that person to do more and bring the battery up from perspective of doing what they do. Supriya asking, will you work on another free course about Microsoft 365 administration and management? That is a really good question. I get that kind of questions a lot. If I will plan to do anything around becoming the administrator of Microsoft 365, and in the short-term perspective, I don't have such plans to extend current free course or prepare the new one about becoming the administrator of the Microsoft 365. In the long term, maybe this is something that will happen. So maybe the new lessons will be added to the current course more about the administration, because this is something which most cases are opening job position for Microsoft 365 or very first job you can get. So working the help desk, working as an admin of the Microsoft 365. But the challenge is always I need to have time to prepare such activities. At the moment, this is not on my roadmap. Maybe in the future I will put it somewhere. Moreover, I'm not working as administrator in last years, and personally I would prefer to focus on the areas that I have strong experience in. So we will see. Maybe this is the topic I will bring back, but at the moment I don't have plans to do that yet. Sanyul asking, when course become SharePoint consultant going to be launched, and this is also the reference to the previous question. Right now my plans are to prepare the next course becoming SharePoint consultant. Will be focused in the two areas, so how to use SharePoint from the technical perspective, but also how to talk with business, how to sell that kind of solution, how to deliver successfully that kind of projects when you need to work with the people on the other side. So this course will be not focused only about the technical aspects of the SharePoint Online, but also on the soft skills connected or tasks connected with that kind of projects to make them successful in the area of the Office 365. And this is the first priority for me. To be fair, last year I had the plan to publish that kind of course, but personal stuff bring me out from that idea, so I'm getting back to that. Timeline for now is the fourth quarter of this year to deliver that course. This course will be commercial course, so it will not be free, but I will do my best to offer this training in the very reasonable approach for all participants. The next question from Anonymous author: what should be the roadmap for learning Office 365 and what is the future of the Office 365 applications? And this is a very difficult question to be answered, because especially the second part of it. So how to predict what will be the most useful areas of the Office 365, which application becomes successful. From my perspective today, of course, I will target the Power Platform. This is something that we can see giving the job for the people right now. So getting the knowledge of Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, Power Virtual Agents will help you to find a job, and you can if you will become developer of Power Platform, for sure in the next years you will be very, very busy. But if I will have to nominate any other application that I see today that will be very successful, it is very difficult. On the one hand, Viva is very promising, but customers are not that engaged with them yet. Other components like Loop or advanced team solutions, again, this is not something that become one day success globally. So to be fair, for me it's very difficult to answer that, especially when you look at the perspective of the Yammer, which have 10 years on the market, and when it came up, when it was acquired by Microsoft, from my perspective that time I was thinking that it could be very great solution. When it was modernized to modern approach, I was also thinking that there is good chance that it will be one of the most heaviest used apps in the area of Microsoft 365. But we are today and we can see that Yammer is great application, but it's not a huge success in the area of Microsoft 365. Teams are application that is globally great success. Yammer is not. From my perspective, for me today it's very difficult to predict if any other app will bring big success in the next 2 years. But getting back to the first part of the question, what should be the roadmap for the learning of the Office 365? My perspective, I always recommend to start with the basic applications that help in the collaboration, because you don't have to be developer, you don't have to be advanced IT technical person to work with them. So using Teams, using SharePoint, using Microsoft Lists to improve the collaboration in the team, this is something that I will always recommend. It is not the big challenge to learn them, and moreover you can bring very quickly huge impact into the way how the organization collaborate using these apps. So if you ask me, I would recommend these apps as a starting point, and then extend them with the applications like To Do, Planner, and other Office 365 apps to extend these capabilities. And the last question from Wayne: how can I create and generate Power Apps using SharePoint list and subtract from the list once someone has signed up, and remove the option in the Power App? So my understanding of this question is we want to build the application in the Power App that will be connected with SharePoint. It means Canvas apps. That will give us the possibility to sign up and then remove the possibility for the user to change that or other people to sign up for the same specific event or sign up for a specific time frame. At first, I'm not the Power Apps expert, so my recommendation will be quite high level. And what I could recommend, first of all, if you want to build something quickly and easy way, you can achieve that using permissions. So first of all, if somebody will sign up and sign for specific time frame or specific record, you can remove the permissions for all others to do the same thing. And this will be something super simple because you don't have to create additional logic in Power Apps to cover that. You can use Power Automate after the record will be changed to remove the permissions and assign the permissions to the person who owns this record. But remember, to make it work, firstly you need to create the data structure ahead in the Microsoft SharePoint list. So first of all, you need to create all available terms or available equipment or any other element that users have to sign for. So you can already imagine that it is a little different approach. So you need to create the data structure in there for the longer period of time to allow users to sign up for it. And then after user will sign up, you can remove the permissions and this option will disappear in the Power Apps. Other approach is to build that logic in Power Apps itself. So hide or display the buttons or functionality for the end users based on the activities, but you need to structure and store the data somewhere. So still you will probably get back to the same option. So you can see it is doable, it is possible, but for sure it is not the solution for the 1 or 2 minutes. It will require some kind of development work on your side to prepare the data structure and Power Automate. to manage the permissions, or on the other hand to create the logic in the power-ups itself to manage that. I highly recommend to do not do that just in the power-ups and like, I don't know, Excel or something. If you want to use that kind of solution in the more professional way, use SharePoint list structure, prepare the data records in there, and then on top of that use power-ups interface to deliver the application for the end users. Use permissions to hold on the possibilities for the users, or in the other case, build the logic in the power-ups itself. So we get through all questions that were raised in this Q&A. And again, I want to thank you very much for your support, for your feedback that motivates me to do what I do. If you will have any other questions, use YouTube, use my email or forms, surveys I'm sharing with you to share the feedback with me or additional questions. And also let me know if you like this format or if you want to have more Q&A sessions like that on the channel. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your support and see you in the next video.